Okay.
Your mindset heading into Sunday.
We didn't come here to play games. We are the champions.
Yeah.
And nobody is taking these belts from us.
Now, here's your host for Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle Podcast, the insightful Scott Bars, wrestling media in the dynamic salute, Darkwing Dub.
We back. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for more content. Hey, you see the new look?
Hey, that intro was fire, guys.
You see the new look? You know what I mean? We constantly innovating. We are constantly evolving. You know what I'm saying? Can't stay in one place for too long. So we gotta constantly keep elevating our creative. So
Man, hold on real quick. Shout out to you, bro, because you've been working hard on this stuff. So shout out to you.
I appreciate it, man. I'm trying, bro. Like I just the way I look at things, man, is this. When times change, you gotta change with the times, you know. And at first, with this whole AI thing, you know, I was kind of against it a bit. Being a graphic designer and knowing how to do these things from scratch and having at least a good 20 plus years in that type of field, you know, from drawing to animation to computer coding and gaming, all that stuff, you know, being able to know how to do that and then, you know, have something like this come in and just boot the graphic designers out the way. It kind of does something to your mental a little bit because it's like, damn, you know what I mean? Like how do I even be able to compete with that? But here's the thing. AI cannot do anything unless you tell it what to do. So you're still creating. It's just you're getting somebody else to do it for you. So if I don't give AI the blueprint on how to create these scenes, which is still my creation at the end of the day, then AI is not going to do it. AI is not going to do it. Now, mind you, AI is not perfect. AI still has its flaws, and, you know, there's still a long way to go with it. But for what you could do with it right now, it's fire, man. And if you use it the right way, because I know a lot of people using AI the wrong way, and you know, it's not cool. I just seen something recently.
Bro, we can speak on that while we here too, because I already know what you're talking about.
Yeah, man. That's creepy as I don't know what, man. Like, you folks, man, folks are some pervs, man. Like, seriously. Like, why would you do that? Like, I mean, for real? Like, you don't get no yams like that. Like, you have to create and generate an AI version of AJ Lee, somebody else's wife, just to make yourself look good. Like, I hope CM Punk finds you and smacks the dog crap out of you for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm dead serious. Like, I hope he finds you and puts the dude to go to sleep on you like 10,000 times. I hope he really does that. That's wild, man. You seen it?
Yeah, I seen it, bro. And you know what makes the situation even worse? Is that she asked him to take it down. You can go look at his ex, and she asked him to take it down, and he flat out refuses to. And he's even got people gassing him up, talking about, nah, leave it on there. F them. They being all soft and stuff. Leave it up. Like, y'all just as bad as he is. To the ones that are gassing this dude up, y'all just as bad as he is. Like, there ain't no way.
So
Ain't no
so
way.
so so they gaslighting the guy because they think it's cool.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come
Saying that this
on.
generation is soft. I'm like, it ain't got this. Like, I'm not one to shy back from calling a generation soft. But this ain't got nothing to do with being soft.
Yeah.
This has everything to do with it's nasty.
Yeah.
It's wrong. It's disturbing.
Yeah. I 100% agree with you, man. Like I ain't like and that's kind of the downside of AI. You know, although I did read the policy on like things like Google Gemini and these other AI apps. I did read the policy and it did say it's trying to crack down on stuff like that, you know, but as of right now, it's no real rules when it comes to using that tool. There's no real rules. Like you could tell people all day, you know what I mean, not to do that, but until you put some sort of blockage on the AI tool so it doesn't do that, it's gonna continue to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just gonna continue to do it. Like I know Chat DBT has some stipulations where at times it will stop you from creating a thumbnail that has the likeness of a professional wrestler or athlete in general or celebrity. I know it does that, but at the same time too, you could ask it the same question like 10,000 times, and out of that 10,000, it's like a good 90% of the time it's still going to do it anyway, even though it told you no the first time. So
Yeah, and the Chat GPT won't even create videos either. So you
mm,
got that. It'll do the images. It won't create
yeah,
video. But
mm,
Gemini, and I know there's a couple of them out there where it will create the videos. I mean, no matter if it's AI or somebody got in Canva and started putting some stuff together in Canva or whatever, like, go touch some grass, bro. That shit is nasty. Go touch some goddamn grass.
yeah,
Like,
man.
you
That's
met her at a meet and greet. She was nice enough to take the picture with you. And what the fuck do? You go turn her into an AI image to make it look like she kissing you. Like, bro, you got a screw loose.
yeah, yeah. That's real creep. That's real creepy crip. You know, like that's weird. But like I said, man, that's kind of like, you know, the type of stuff we're dealing with now when it comes to AI, you know, and until they figure out how they could block stuff like that from occurring, it's going to continue to happen. You know, it's going to continue to happen, and people like that are going to continue to make things like that and let it keep going until they put a stop to it. You know.
And the only way it's going to work is either A, Google and whoever runs Chat GPT and all these other AI forms put those policies in there to it look for certain keywords and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or heaven forbid, I hate for it to happen but the government's gonna have to step in at some point. If these companies that are running these AI platforms are not gonna do anything about it, then the government is gonna have to step in
Yeah,
to prevent this kind of stuff from happening.
yeah. I hate to say it, but that's true, and it's a shame too because like, you know, it is a very powerful tool, and it really can be a useful tool. You know, you just gotta use it the right way. But unfortunately, you got folks that are not going to use it the right way. They're going to continue to just, mess around with it however they choose. You know, but
Homie need to go touch some grass. Go touch some goddamn grass. And instead of going out there and touching it and going back in, keep your ass outside. What my mama used to say, don't you come back up in here until the street lights come on. That's what you need to be doing.
man, you need to do that, or like, find him a friend or something. Like that's, bro, that's weird, bro. Like
I'm telling you.
that's wild, man. Like, you that obsessed, bro? Like, You that obsessed, man? Like, that's crazy.
It
But
ain't even that serious.
yeah, it's not. But but I know that we did the topic of discussion is not necessarily that, but we had to throw that out there because it definitely is something that was like trending for a few days. So just to address it, but break the story, bro.
So, man, listen, we pride ourselves on calling a spade a spade. You know what I mean? Like, when when WWE fucks up, we're going to call it out. We've done a lot of that. This has not been a good year for the WWE. We've done a lot of calling out to WWE. Now, there's going to be some people that don't agree with me, but this is our time to call out AEW. I do not like the fact that there's a national title when there's already one with a heavy lineage to it in NWA, and then you're going to act like NWA don't exist. Don't give me this shit that Tony Khan talked to Billy Corgan. That don't mean a damn thing to me. Why is that? Because the lineage belongs to NWA. It's the same title. It looks like the NWA TV title. So there's that. You're already copying that. And then now you're copying the name. Hello. For those of you that do not watch NWA, they have a national champion. His name is Mike Mondo. Not Ricochet. Mike Mondo. They could have come up with a different name. There's so many other names. Like, I don't know. See if WWE still has the European Championship trade. I mean, there's so many other names that you could have came up with. And you chose one that has the lineage of the NWA has to it. Like, come on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Here's the thing, right? And we could be wrong, but we don't have to be wrong neither. Here's the thing, though, right? We haven't heard anything being said from Billy Corgan. As far as I know, I haven't heard him say anything. Mike Mondo has put out multiple videos speaking on it, So my question is there a working relationship there that we just don't know about and they're just trying to kayfabe it? Or is there really a situation where AEW just took the title name because it wasn't being utilized, or Tony Khan felt that it wasn't being utilized to its full potential and he took it and reactivated it? Because last time I remember, the national title was never deactivated. You know what I'm saying? Last time I remember. Now, I could be wrong, and it could have been deactivated, and then they reactivated it. But as long as I've been watching NWA since it came back into existence, I always remember them, having the whole national title situation. So it just, when I seen AEW coming out with their own, I was kind of confused because I didn't know if NWA deactivated that title and then they just picked it up. So that's the question. Like, do they have a working relationship? I hope that's what it is, that they have a working relationship. Then that way, it don't seem too far-fetched, and then we could just say, like, okay, they got a working relationship, so that's why they doing that. But if not, here's the idea. Ricochet versus Mike Mondo. Winner takes all. There you have it. Ricochet versus Mike Mondo, winner takes all. National champion versus national champion. That's how you could start it. You could turn this into a gold mine. This will benefit NWA because NWA could get more exposure on a bigger stage with AEW. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, like, you know, for people that don't follow AEW and just follow NWA, they could get a chance to see AEW as well. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like NWA never worked with a bigger company. They worked with WWE plenty of times. So I'm pretty sure that they can put something together like that. I'm pretty sure they could do that, but I don't know,
If you
man.
asking me, I say just rename the damn title. It doesn't have to be a national title, unless, like you said, unless there's going to be a story going into it. Let me read a few things. Mike Mondo. Let me be clear. There's only one NWA. There's only one prestigious national championship that holds legit lineage and has for decades. So to Tony Khan or anyone else confused, here's the legit title with him holding the title. With the company it belongs to and the legit national champion, my name is Mike Mondo. Here's another one. Brian Idol, who is also an NWA wrestler. I also don't give a shit about bridge burning or whatever people say. I'm 100% the NWA. I'll never stand for anybody trying to steal from us or do us dirty. And I will show up in person and defend this honor against all consequences, anywhere, any place, anytime. He also goes on to say, dude is Richie Rich. It's not enough he's bought his way in. Now he's got to steal legacies. Unreal. He also continues with, Austin Idol is the first ever national champion and basically the creator of it all, and he's still active in NWA. That's from an NWA wrestler. So needless to say, it doesn't feel like there's a working relationship there. Unless, like you said, they're swerving us all. But from what this is saying, what some of these not TNA, my fault, these NWA wrestlers are saying, that ain't happy.
Yeah, like, and not for nothing too. We had a few NWA guys on our show, and we did ask that question. You know, we just spoke a few weeks ago. We just spoke to AJ Kazana. I forgot how we asked him the question about the whole national title situation, but he did put in his 2 cents. So everybody does know about it, you know. I just feel like I said, man, there's got to be a working relationship somewhere because, like, I feel like if it was like that big of a deal, I feel like, you know, a cease and desist or something would have been sent out a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? It's like the whole situation with West Side Gun. I feel like something would have happened like that already. You know, or has it already happened and they just haven't put it out there yet? That could be a possibility too. You know, like, you know, and yeah, but it just at right now it just feels like, you know, it just feels like the bigger companies trying to little man the little company. That's what it seems like, you know, or that's what it looks like, you know.
Yeah. Now you remember what everybody was saying about WWE getting how they got the name WrestlePalooza back. Big company take little company. Now, for those of you that was saying that about WWE, you got to have the same energy. You got to have the same energy because NWA is only on Roku, and they don't have the same spotlight as an AEW.
No.
So, we've given Tony Khan so much credit throughout this entire 2025 But this is the one time where I feel like you're a little off base here. I don't care if you talk to Billy Corgan. The wrestlers in NWA are not happy about this. Mm-hmm. I feel like you're completely off base with this. You could have came up with something different. Mm-hmm. I mean, if we're thinking about it, the Continental title is just a knockoff of the Intercontinental title.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Now, I think AEW does it more justice than WWE, but I mean, you just think about the name, it's the same thing.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very, very true. You know, but I mean, like, I feel like we're gonna get some answers soon enough. I feel like we're gonna get some answers soon enough, and I feel like, you know, somebody's gonna step up and really speak out on it to the point where it's gonna answer all our questions. That's just how I feel. I feel like right now, like, really nobody's saying too much because really nobody knows nothing besides what has been put in front of us thus far, you know. But I haven't heard nothing like this happening before. It's just weird, you know. That's like, you know, that's usually a taboo, like, you know, taking another person's title and then, you know, making it your own. It's usually a taboo.
And I want to make this something very clear. Make this very, very, very clear. For those of you that are going to come out and say, well, you didn't care about NWA before this, I want to let it be known that we watch NWA.
Yep.
It's only on for 1 hour on Tuesdays on the Roku channel. Mm-hmm. We watch NWA. Yep. I don't know about my boy here, but I watched the first hour of NWA, and then I watched the second hour of NXT. Because, like I said, NWA is only an hour long. NXT is 2 hours. I have no problem watching NWA and then moving over to NXT after it's over with.
Yeah, I actually what I do is I just watch the whole episode of NWA, just like you, and then I'll catch any episodes that I've missed, because what happens is with it on Roku TV is that it'll show the latest episode, and then they'll also replay episodes that you might have missed. So it does that automatically. So I'll watch NWA that day, and then I'll just go back later on and watch the 2 hours of NXT. That's usually what I do, because it's right there. I have a Roku TV, so it's right there. So I just do that. You know, it just makes more sense to me, you know, to do that than to flip back and then I just go catch NXT later. You know, that's what I usually do. Because I feel like honestly, I feel like NWA will appreciate it more. If that makes any sense. They will appreciate it more. You know, like WWE's been around the block for ages, but you know, even though we know NWA is the older company, but if you look at the dynamics, like, you know, who's bigger right now, of course you're going to say WWE's bigger. You know what I'm saying? So the viewership, even if they get the smallest bit of viewership, it's still going to be more than what NWA is getting. So I feel like NWA would need my viewership more than WWE would, and that's why I do it like that. You know what I mean? And not for nothing, NWA has some great content, and they have some awesome wrestlers. You know, like wrestlers I've been following for years and years and years, and then new ones that have just popped up. You know, so like, I would honestly, I would rather just watch NWA and then, you know, just backtrack later. That's what I do, you know. Yeah.
And if y'all don't like what we got to say, I got 2 words for you.
And what would that be?
Fuck off.
Hey, you know, it's our opinion. It's our opinion. Look, like we said, we're wrestling fans. We don't hold allegiance to just one company. You know, we watch all brands of professional wrestling. And once I feel like people start doing that instead of just feeling like they're cheating on the other company because they watch another company, then I feel like your eyes, your third eye as far as professional wrestling will open up a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get stuck in the rut when it comes to this wrestling programming. You know, watch other shows. There is other programs out there that are really good. You know, I mean,
It's just like for those of you that don't know, I believe it's December 6th.
mm-hmm,
Yeah. December 6th, Ashe is having their 2-year anniversary show. How many of y'all knew that?
probably didn't.
How many of y'all actually knew that? See, that's how we watch it all.
Mm-hmm,
Ashe is having their second 2-year anniversary show.
mm-hmm.
And for those of y'all that don't know, Ashe Wrestling is fire.
Off the
Also,
chain.
absolutely. If you don't have a chance, if you have a chance to just go catch some clips or whatever, get on their YouTube, go catch up on them.
Yeah.
Also, Dominant Championship Wrestling.
Mm-hmm,
They're having a Christmas show on December 13th. It's called DCW Christmas Crash Out.
mm-hmm,
They're gonna have they have a couple big names on there.
mm-hmm,
How do we know that? Because we watch it all.
mm-hmm.
We catch what we catch. We're not just limited to WWE or AEW or TNA, NXT. Like, we know this stuff because if you guys have been watching us from the beginning, we've been talking about Ashe. We've been talking about that.
Yeah, that's facts. We definitely have been talking about Ashe for a good while now. So, you know, we let it be clear. Let it be clear, like, we pay attention to everything. You know, I feel like being in the spaces that we're in, we gotta be able to dabble with everything. We can't just be dabbling with one or two brands, you know what I'm saying, because they are the bigger brands of all professional wrestling at the moment. You know, we just can't be doing that. We gotta watch multiple brands, you know, and be able to, like, and just being able to, like, stretch the conversation. Like, you know, it gets kind of tiring to just talk about the two major companies, you know, which is AEW and WWE. It gets kind of tiring after a while because it's like we already know already that, you know, these companies are the two biggest companies in the world, you know, but there's so many other companies out there that put out just as great content, if not, you know, better in some people's opinion. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, do your research, find other companies, you know, to watch. You know, the indies are on fire right now. You know, they're doing so many things on the independent circuit, you know, so many cool things, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like, just look around. I mean, Google it if you have to. A lot of these places, a lot of these companies, they show their stuff for free on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to pay for a subscription like Netflix and Peacock and HBO Max and whatever else that you have to pay for to get AEW and WWE on your TV. There's so many. A lot of these companies will show their stuff for free at that on
Mm-hmm.
YouTube. You just got to be willing to go look at it.
Exactly. Exactly. I think it's very important to, you know, to watch other promotions. Watch other promotions. Just, you know, just take time out and just watch other promotions. You know, I just I know we gotta take a dive into what Dominant Championship Wrestling is doing at the Lock and Loaded event, which we were scheduled to review, but due to technical difficulties, we wasn't able to review it because there was some, you know, volume issues on their feed, but everything's under control now, and we're gonna be reviewing that before before this month or going into next month, and we're gonna have our take on their off the chain show they had called Lock and Loaded. So we definitely gonna check that out. And they got another event coming up too.
It's the Christmas one. That's the one I was talking about. It's the Christmas one.
Yep. So,
and y'all also be on the lookout because we ain't gonna stop. We ain't gonna stop because right before that, like I said, we got Ashe. Ashe is having their 2-year anniversary show, so we're gonna be talking about Ashe too. I don't know if we're gonna preview it, but we always review it.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, big shout out to Smoke.
Give me 1 second real quick.
Okay. Big shout out to Smoke, Eric Moran, the Smoke Daddy. Big shout out to him. The reason why I say that is that he's been a big supporter of our show. Like, he's been sharing our content. He's been spreading the word. I've gotten messages in the inbox on our page about, trying to come on the show and this and that. We seen Eric Moran share this and we wanted to know this and that. So big shout out to Eric Moran. We appreciate you. He's a big supporter of our show. Also shout out to Psycho Boy. He's plugged us in. He's plugged us into a few connects. The love is pouring out, and we are grateful and we're appreciative, because without your support, we can't move this any further, And as you can see, he brought out the cowboy hat. Right now, I don't have none of the fitteds on at the moment. I got my hoodie. I got the hoodie on. I'm hoodie season right now. But yeah, he brought out the cowboy hat. As you know, and as you see,
bring it out of retirement. It out of retirement.
Yeah, as you seen, right? As you seen, we have started a nice little storyboard of us in the AI versions of us cutting promos and showing these mofos who the real champs around here is. So if anybody out there want to enter this story and see if they could take the chip off of us, we want the smoke. So just, you can step over here. We could talk about something. Maybe we could add you on to the story and we could work something out. But until then, we are going to be running the gauntlet and you're going to see different promos being cut with the AI versions of us. You're also going to see us, once I can get the kinks out as far as this, storyboard, you also are going to see us compete in matches, the AI versions of us. As you can see, we have backstage analysts. I've introduced you already. If you go look on if you look on our Instagram, we got Alicia and we got Amanda. We're most likely going to add some more, characters to our roster as far as backstage personnel. We are also going to most likely add some other wrestlers to our roster as far as Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle. So be on the lookout for that. It's something that, we started, putting a little story together and actually, showing us competing in the AI version of a wrestling ring, and just something I decided to come up with. Don't try to steal our idea, because I seen somebody out there that had our idea. I ain't gonna say who it is, because then y'all gonna try to say, oh no, that's not true. because he's him and this is it. Look, I know it's possible that people can think of the same thing, but that was just too much of a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? That was really too much of a coincidence. So it just lets me know that our content is reaching the masses and the higher ups. It just lets us know that, because that was too much of a coincidence. Now, mind you, it didn't say the whole entire title. It didn't have the whole entire idea, but it definitely, it definitely was like close enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, it definitely was close enough. So it lets us know we on the right track. Well, don't be stealing our ideas, man. Like, stop doing that. I know you bigger channels trying to little man us. You ain't gonna be able to little man us for long, because we're definitely growing in popularity. So you can get away.
We're coming for you.
We're coming for you.
I have to cut that last part out, unlike Booker T.
Yeah, you know, you. Like, so, you know, don't be, you know, you bigger channels, stop trying to little man us. You know, we see what y'all doing over there. Don't stop that. Stop doing that. You know, we putting in that work, so you ain't gonna be able to do that forever. Eventually we're gonna catch up, and we're gonna surpass a lot of y'all. You know, that's how confident we are in our content. So it is what it is, man.
I had to pull the cowboy hat out of retirement. I haven't worn it in a while.
Yeah.
Since you're putting the cowboy hat on me and our AI stuff, I'm like, well, gotta pull it out of retirement.
Yup. Yeah, man. Yeah. But yeah, you know, that's all I got, man. You got anything else?
Man, like I said, y'all don't agree with what we saying. I got 2 words for you. Do I need to repeat it, or should I just leave it at that?
Hey, you can repeat it if you got to.
Y'all don't like what we have to say? Because I know a lot of you AEW sickos out there are going to have some excuse as to why it was okay for them to do it. And we just don't agree with it.
Yeah, I don't think
if you don't like it, I got 2 words for you. And it's not what you think it is.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more vulgar than that. Fuck off.
Yeah. Like I just don't agree with it, you know. But like I said, man, because I haven't until I hear something now. He probably did address it, and I just didn't catch it, and we just didn't catch it. But until I hear something from, you know, the owner, Billy Corgan, I'ma just assume that, you know, it's a situation going on, you know, and it just hasn't been addressed, you know. So
respectfully, of course.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Anyway, that's all we got, and we'll be back with another one. Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle Podcast. Salute.
And that wraps up another explosive edition of the podcast. Join us next week as the road to the championship continues.